Well, hello and welcome once again to the Driftwood boat blog. We are sitting on the back of the boat on the middle of February.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty cold.
So it's the middle of February, and yeah, it's not raining, which is really good. So what are we going to talk about? A lot of people have asked us about boating regulations in Ireland, and do you need a licence, and what are the rules and regulations, and so on. So I suppose we'll mention that there is no actual boating licence in Ireland at all. Whether you're here on your own private boat or whether you hire a boat, there's no requirement for a licence whatsoever. And
but if when you come to hire a boat, they will give you instructions, won't they?
They will. Yeah,
you get instructions, so you're not going to just come and
hand
you a boat and say, off you go, like.
Yeah, you normally get a very, very comprehensive 2.5 minutes training.
And a video.
And a video. Now, that's unfair. They will take you out on the boats. Most of the companies will take you out. They'll have a qualified instructor there, our guy who's the least experienced in handling boats and experienced in instructing, and he'd bring you out and he'd show you all the ropes. And they would normally, I don't think they'll let you off unless you're quite happy.
I don't think so. No, they couldn't really, and they wouldn't. No.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't be in their interest to do so anyhow.
No.
But as for getting a license, no, there is no requirement for a license.
Just as well for me.
No, but in Ireland we kind of have a scant disregard for regulations anyway, so that's probably just as well. One thing we do have a rule on is life jackets.
Yes.
That's a bit complex, the life jackets one. I'm not sure. I think if the boat is 7 metres or less in length, I think. Now, I might be wrong in this. I'm pretty sure I'm right, though. If it's less than 7 metres in length, you must have a life jacket on you, assuming it's an open boat. If it's an enclosed cabin boat and it's still less than 7 metres in length, if you're up on the deck, you must have a life jacket on you. If you are 16 years of age or younger, you must have a life jacket on you if you're anywhere close to water.
I think our rule, though, is when you come on board, once you get up on deck, no matter what age you are, we have life jackets for anybody that comes aboard. It's just, it's safety.
Yeah, if you go in over the side there, it's at least, doesn't matter. I'm a good swimmer, but if I go in there and I have my life jacket on, at least floating is one less thing I need to worry about. I only need to then worry about Marion running me over with the boat as she tries to rescue me.
Yeah, that could happen.
Yeah. So what we do is we got the self-inflating horseshoe jackets. We wear them, and I've actually got into the car going home after being out boating for the weekend. I found I'm still wearing the bloody life jacket because
they're very comfortable to wear.
Yeah, you don't know you're wearing the damn things at all. But then, so the other thing we were asked about was mooring. You don't pay to moor in Ireland. Yeah, you heard that right.
There is exceptions.
There is in private marinas.
But here, here in Athlone, this is a council-owned marina, so you do pay to moor here. I think it's about €12 a night. If you're a member of the Inland Waterways, it's €8 a night. They give a little discount because being members of the Inland Waterways.
But by and large, this is the only the exception of the one harbour we're in, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere else in the Shannon you don't pay for, and their harbours are all supplied by a government body called Waterways Ireland. And they manage the entire waterways. In fact, they manage the waterways north and south of the border because they are one of the few, what they call a north-south body. These are one of these bodies that were set up during the Good Friday Agreement back in the year splash. And so they manage their waterways north and south of the border. They build, maintain and look after all the harbours with one or two exceptions. This is one of those exceptions.
I think this is the only one.
The only one I know of, yeah. The rule is that you can only moor up for a maximum of 5 days, and then you must move, and you can't go back to that harbour for a month. Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Most of the harbours, certainly all of the big harbours have what they call a service block. A service block is operated with a little card. I think the service blocks contain toilets, showers. Some of them contain washing machines and tumble dryers, and everything is operated off your little Waterways Ireland card. You buy the card in the local shop. I think a card has about 20 units, and it works out about 2 units for €1 thereabouts. They're brilliantly useful. When you head up further up the river, when you go past Carrigan Shannon, we head into the Shannon Erne Waterway, which we hopefully be doing in the spring. All the locks are also operated with this little card because you don't have a lock keeper, you have a warden who will have a number of locks under his charge, but you operate the locks yourself. You go in, you put in this card, you press buttons. It's really nice. You'll see it, and they're operated with the locks. What else is operated with those cards? Anything else?
No, your showers and
toilets, toilet blocks and all that. Yeah. But the service blocks are great because it's. Oh, the other thing is pump out toilets. They are operated. A lot of them, at least, are operated with that card as well. It's about 10 units to pump out your holding tank. The other thing then is diesel. Now this is a tricky one. You see, we've 2 flavours of diesel in Ireland. We've got white diesel and we've got green diesel or agricultural diesel. Agricultural diesel is used in, as the name implies, agricultural equipment. However, it is not illegal for you to have green or agricultural diesel in your boat fuel tank. It's not illegal, but you must pay the difference in the price, and you don't pay it at the pumps. You pay the normal reduced tax rate that agricultural diesel would sell for at the pumps, but then you have to contact the revenue commissioner at the end of the year. You tell him you bought X many gallons of diesel and you have to pay the difference. Or you can just put the white diesel in and cut out all the messing.
We use the white diesel, it's much easier.
We do, and in fairness, like, if you look at how much diesel you burn in 12 months in a boat, it's very, very little, and whether you use green or white makes very little difference in price. So it's easier just to cut out all the paperwork and just white diesel into it. You know you're getting good quality diesel, you know it's fresh diesel, and that's the way we do it, because just kind of to look after the engines and make sure they're getting the best of diesel.
And what about the registration number of the boats?
Oh yeah, do you know the way? A lot of countries, I know we did a bit of boating in France, and along the side of the boat they have this big registration number that can be seen from the shore. In Ireland, we've never had a case here yet where somebody robbed a bank and escaped by going up a canal on a boat, right? So we've never seen the reason to have big registration numbers like that. You do have to register your boat. You have to register it with Waterways Ireland, and they'll give you a nice discreet little registration number, and
it's called your Shannon navigation
number, so is it? Yeah, and that just comes in a little small sticker that you put discreetly in the window that nobody will ever see unless they actually go and look for it.
But going through locks, they'll ask you what your number is.
They will.
So they'll know how many boats have gone through a lock.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Where every boat is,
where you came from, or where you're heading to.
Between locks, or just something went wrong, they'd kind of know.
Yeah.
There's so many boats.
That's it. Well, you're supposed to have the Shannon registration number to take your boat on the river. Now, straight away you're thinking, how much does it cost to register? Well, it costs Waterways Ireland if you register, because they have to employ somebody to take your registration, to fill out the forms, put it on the database, put the little sticker into an envelope and post it out to you. You don't pay anything. All right? So your mooring is free. Your license doesn't exist. Your registration is free.
Yeah, you're going back to say, no, you're just saying mooring is free. Mooring is not free all the time.
No, your mooring while you're here, if you're here on your holidays, if you're hiring a boat for 2 weeks, your mooring is all free. If you're on your boat and you're going out for 2 weeks, or your fortnight, or
that's free.
Your weekend, it's all free.
But you must keep your boat.
You can't keep your boat in a public harbour. That is kind of, it's frowned upon apart from anything else, but it's all apart from illegal. So you have to pay to moor. If you have a private boat, you have to pay to moor your boat in a private marina for any period of time that you're not using it.
And for a price of a private marina, for
how much would you pay?
Yeah,
I think the cheapest I've heard of is probably around €700 for the year.
Yeah.
I've heard of some that have gone up to 2,500. You would generally pay around 1,200. I think 1,300. That's 12, 13. I'd say is as high as we've ever paid for it.
Yeah.
So our plans for the coming season. At the moment, we cannot get Driftwood out of her moorings. That's Driftwood in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. It's the smallest of those 3 boats, the one in the middle. The current is coming from the right-hand side of your screen, so we'd have to drive forward and then try to crab the boat sideways all the way out through those fingers in order to get into open water. And I don't fancy doing that. Our plan is on St. Patrick's Day, the 17th of March.
To get the boat painted.
Yeah.
Well, the decks.
To get the decks painted if we can, because that's a job that's been neglected for quite a while. If we can get the decks painted. Now, traditionally, St. Patrick's Day, it lashes rain here in Ireland. It's a miserable day, and that's why we all come to the pub. And but if the weather's good, we're going to get the decks painted. A week or 2 later, we have Easter, and that's another few days off work. So our plan is get the boat out of the marina and start heading north.
Now, we're going to sign off now because we have to go and watch the Ireland match. Ireland are playing Italy, and they done very well last week against France. So I
have to admit, I have to apologise to my friend Patrice in France for how we stole that game at the end. It was a cracking finish.
So.
we might not win this tournament, but I tell you what, we'll win the prize for the best finish of any match there ever that was. Wasn't it great?
Brilliant. So
who are we playing today? Italy.
Italy. So
yeah,
we'll
have to go to the pub and watch
see you all
that.
soon.
Okay, ducks.
Cheerio. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the round subscribe button. It's at the top right hand corner of your screen, and tick the notification bell. That way YouTube will send you notification as soon as our next video is out. Cheerio!